Conceive, believe, achieve.
This is former UFC middleweight champion of the world, Michael Bisping.
Paddy the Baddy here. You're listening to Combat Sports UK.
And you're watching Combat Sports UK.
Hello, I'm Scott Bogie from Combat Sports UK, here with Nathan Jones ahead of his fight against Brad Wheeler on the 3rd of August. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well, thank you, and thanks for having me.
No worries. Let's speak about your last fight before. You were against Samuel Blasco for the FightStar Welterweight title, and you were able to get the victory by split decision. How did you think that fight went?
That fight was because we fought previously, and I lost by guillotine, but out of the whole fight, he had one chance and he took it, kind of thing. It was the rest of the fight was all me, so I was gutted. Hence why we got the rematch, and was able to secure it because of my performance in that fight. So fighting him last, it was a completely different fight. I was cautious because I got caught, and then he was over aggressive because he knew he had to prove a point.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So the dynamics of the fight was completely different, which was, good to watch, I suppose. And for the people that bought into the fight, I think it made it that bit more exciting. Can he do it again? Was it luck? Who knows? But I came away with the goods and I got the belt. So we can move on, and we are moving on. And the next chapter is coming up, so I'm excited.
Exactly. And he did go in there aggressive. He ended up losing due to that split decision. Now, what did you feel you had the most success with in that fight?
It was my ground game, which is quite ironic because I lost by submission.
Yeah.
But look, he's strong and he was tough and he's very durable. He took a lot of damage, but it didn't phase him, and he was able to, get my Achilles heel, as it were, my neck. You know what I mean? He squeezed it. But, fair play to him. He did what he needed to do. The success I had is my attributes, which is my ground game.
Yeah.
I was able to get it to the ground, and I didn't get a submission, but I was very close to it, and I think if we didn't have that history, he probably would have tapped, to be fair. Is my honest opinion. I would put money on it that he was limping the next day. The submission was very close, but he done a good job not to tap, and we're right down to the wire. So I'm happy I got the nod. I can move on.
And you're saying your ground game is got a very good ground game. You have seen that. You do post a lot on Instagram about different types of submissions. Remember, I saw like an arm triangle choke on there. So you are there helping people being able to learn how to defend against them and to do them as well.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm a coach, first and foremost. I teach jiu-jitsu. I also teach kickboxing. I teach MMA as well. But if you look at my record, look at how I win, statistically, it's going to be a choke. There's no doubt about it. In terms of my wins, if you look at my wins, look how I win. Do you know what I mean? 14 wins, 10 submissions.
And in your last 2 title wins before this, they were both because of a rear naked choke as well. So that was so you do like to get the belt with the choke.
Hey, look, we don't get paid overtime out here. Do you know what I mean?
And what have you gone on since that last fight to go on and improve coming into this fight?
Well, I need to prove, one, that I am the champ. I am the deserving champ. I feel that I'm the best unsigned welterweight, and I have been for a very long time. I've been fought at this level a very long time, and I see myself as the old of the new, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
like the new like MMA as we know it, and jiu-jitsu and the combat sports as we know it. I'm the old. I'm a lot. No, I'm a last of a dying breed. No, I'm not. When I started fighting, those vets have all like retired, and the wave that I'm in, I'm going to be the next to retire. Um, so these young bucks that are coming through the ranks now, they look at me as the vet. So I got to prove that there's life in me, and I still got it, and I've still got a lot to give. Brad Wheeler's coming into this fight with a chip on his shoulder because he's got an L to me already, but he's coming off a couple of losses from some big fights. So he's kind of got a little, what I mean? He's got his thing to prove in his career, and I've got something to prove in my career. So on paper, the fight makes sense. I'm happy to take the fight. I want to get another W so I can move on in my career.
Yeah, exactly. And how did the fight against Brad, how did that come about? Did you want that fight? Did you call him out? Did you give him a few names and he was one that
Well,
you
no,
chose?
well, his name was given to me. I've got the belt, so anybody anybody who wants to progress in their career is you're going to want to chase the belt because at whatever stage it is, a belt is a belt. It's easier to promote. It puts eyes on you, and it's a degree of status, and we all need that status to get to that next fight or to the bigger payday. Do you know what I mean? Or
Yeah,
if you want to work your way up, but also if you're coming down, I've fought on big shows. He's fought on big shows, so we're coming down to that the next. I don't want to say league as such, but that next level of promotion. So we're coming in at the top, you know what I mean? So he wants the top. So his name was given to me. Um, but then he took another fight. He took a fight on PFL. So then he pulled out of that fight. So then that's when I took on Samuel Blasco. And then I had to have the rematch. And then, he needs a fight. I've got the belt. Why not? On paper, it makes sense. We're both veterans. We've both been around, and we've both got something to gain from fighting each other. I've got another scalp, and that's how I see it.
exactly. And do you see yourself as once you've defended the belt, that's you when you finally cemented your place as champion? Or do you feel because you've won that belt, that's you have been the champion?
Yeah, I want to get a defense. I've got this. This is actually my fourth title that I've got, regional title. Well, this is kind of like a European title if you think about it, because I beat Samuel Blasco, who's Spanish,
Yeah,
and all the guys like look at the guys that have had this belt. They're all top dollars, top dollar fighters. So it's more of a European title now, especially now FightStar's gone to Belgium. It's an international title, so it's good. But I've got three others, in my career, and I look at those as like national ones. So it's nice to get a defense, makes you champion. But then I need that defense. I've got two wins, and then I can move on, get back on the big show. It's all about the streak, So we're keeping that streak alive.
yes, exactly. And how has the training camp been in preparation for this fight? Like, how does a normal week look like to you?
Normal week looks like me in the gym, day in, day out. Yeah, nothing but hard work. Whether I'm doing technical work, whether I'm sparring, whether I'm doing conditioning, whether I'm doing like active recovery, I'm working. My head is in this fight, my heart is in this fight, and yeah, my balls are in this fight. Yeah, I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna bring that smoke. Why? Because I'm the champ. Two, I got people coming to pay their good, hard-earned money to see me fight, so I want to put on a good show.
Exactly. And if I'm not mistaken, your gym is in London as well. So it is a home. It is
Yeah,
a
yeah,
home fight.
absolutely. Yeah, it's a good fight because I'm from West London, fighting out of London Street Fighters, and Brad Wheeler's from East London, fighting out of GB Top Team. So yeah, this is the proper London derby. It'll be a good one. O2, the roof is going off.
And how does it feel to be fighting in that O2? A lot of big organizations have fight there. I know Cage Warriors is there this weekend. So how does it feel to be able to get into that arena, into that cage?
Yeah, it feels great. I've fought there twice before, um, and I love the acoustics. It feels like home. It's a great venue, very very intimate setting, and yeah, and I know Brad has fought there as well before. So it'll be good for both of us to feel at home and to put a good fight.
And how does knowing that you have already fought Brad Wheeler, how does that come about into your preparation? Do you already know what he's going to be like going into that ring, even though it was a couple of years ago?
Yeah, we fought 6 years ago, so a lot has changed. But you know what? A lot has, for me at least, a lot has changed for the better. I've only become more dangerous. I've got more tools to offer, I believe. So I think it works in my favor. Yeah, he would have improved. He would have changed his game up, but um, I come into this fight with the confidence, and with confidence comes opportunity because we got the
Yeah,
confidence to create that opportunity. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
yeah, look, we'll see how it goes. Every given Sunday, anything could happen because it is a fight. So I am going in there with full preparation, and I'm gonna fight him like I haven't fought him before, like I don't know him. That will keep me honest, but at the same time, I am confident in my skills.
And do you think, and with your first fight when you were a pro, that was down at, I think it was middleweight, now you are fighting at welterweight. What made you change from that middleweight to the welterweight?
Well, when I was non-professional, I say non-professional because back in those days there were semi-pro fights. You did amateur, semi-pro, and then professional. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
some of those fights were semi-pro, classed as semi-pro, meaning that we got a little bit of money for it. But no, no. So when I was non-professional, when I was amateur, I was fighting at middleweight. Generally, people fight at the weight class heavier when they're non-professional, and then when they turn professional, then they cut the weight basically. And now I cut the weight, and now I'm a welterweight. And I've been toying with the idea of going down again, but if I don't have to, I won't. I don't get paid enough unless they have like a super lightweight or a light welterweight, whatever they want to call it. 74 kilos, I would contemplate, but 70 kilos is yeah, you need to put another zero on my paycheck.
well, you're the champion. You definitely deserve it. And how has the experience over time? Like, what have you improved on the most in your game since that semi-pro to your professional?
I would say my jiu-jitsu because I've pursued the path as an instructor, obtained my black belt, and I still feel like I've got lots to learn as a fighter. But my jiu-jitsu is what I've been like in the last couple of years, at least, actively trying to perfect and enhance. And I've done like professional grappling matches as well. Had a few matches on Polaris, and do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Kickboxing as well, MMA, yes. But in terms of me studying and in my own time, is I have been trying to perfect my jiu-jitsu, so that without a doubt has improved. But so has my strength and conditioning. You know, yeah, I can strike, so don't blink.
exactly. And you're talking about before saying that you now are a head coach in the gym. How does how does that feel to be training the up and comers?
Yeah, I don't mind training up and comers. I think it's good. One, because I've got first-hand experience. Two, I believe I'm still relevant within my fighting to give them that first-hand experience because the game has evolved and the
Yeah,
game will continue to evolve, and I'm still right there in the mix of it. Um, that can only be a benefit, right?
Yeah.
The only thing is when it comes to my weight cutting, I still have to be not selfish. I am self-interested. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm in fight camp. I need to train. I don't really need to be going to these competitions for the whole day, waiting around half of it, and then you know what I mean. It's over in the first round for one person, and then the next person they've got to wait until the next round, which is right until the end. Or did you know what I mean? It's just a
Yeah.
whole day waiting and a lot of travel. So that's why I'm not the head coach, because there's only so much I can give in terms of my spare time. I've got a family, but also I
Yeah,
am an active
definitely.
fighter. So I'm in camp, so that does take priority.
And you were speaking about your experience. You have been fought in Cage Warriors. You have fought in Bellator as well. How do these other organizations compare to FightStar, and how has FightStar treated you so far?
FightStar have treated me great. FightStar's an awesome promotion. One, because they give an amazing platform for up and comers and rising talent, but also they give a great platform for the pro main card. They're still relevant, putting on good fights, and don't mind to invest in getting better unsigned fighters to put on a good display. Hence why I've had this will be my third fight with FightStar. One fight did fall through on the day, but I don't want to talk about that. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
no, this will be my third one with FightStar. They're a great show, and they put on. Look, I'm in the O2, man. This is you know what I mean, my
yeah,
hometown. Like it's a spectator sport. I get to perform in my hometown in a great venue, intimate uh, venue with the acoustics, the raw. I'm telling you, you can't get better than that. You go to these big arenas, which is great, don't get me wrong, but you can't hear your people, and it's they're a bit further away, it's a lot more spacious, and you feel more alone, if that makes
yeah.
sense.
No, yeah, definitely.
And it's like, I can't quite explain it. There's nothing better than hearing your people, whether they're booing you as well. You feed off that, or you can hear people appreciating the martial arts. Like, oh, that was a good shot, or do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's a great venue, man.
Well, that's great. Um, and if you are in the London during the time of the fight, or which is the 3rd of August, make sure you get tickets for the event. It will be a great fight to be watching, and you can watch Nathan definitely retain that title. Good luck for your fight. Is there anything you're wanting to say or anyone you want to shout out before you go?
Yeah, man, I want to shout out my whole team. Shout out London Shoe Fighters. Shout out Elevate Martial Arts. Shout out Barefoot Method. Shout out Rolls and Rehab. Shout out Scramble. Shout out Synergy. Shout out Kirk. Shout out Training Tune. Shout out Lude. Shout out Tailor Made Plumbing. Blah, 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 blah. I think I've said everybody. If I missed you out, I do sincerely apologize, because it is an individual sport, but it really is a team effort, and I couldn't do it without the help and support and the guidance and the push from all my training partners, coaches, support network. Like, yeah, everyone. I'm doing this for you guys. At the same time, I'm here to put on a great show.
That sounds great. Well, thank you for coming, and make sure you go and watch the fight.